invoking what I'll call the science principle, whether requesting 30 more days would give better resolution to this issue, and whether you want to consider that. But I have for me, a more important question, and that's that here in this case, we're acknowledging that there's been, and I keep on coming back to this because I want some resolution, but that we have new information that came after, since the petition, the original petition, which has been described, acknowledged, and reviewed by the staff, and we're considering that. But on the other hand, we've been told that the statute prevents us from considering that. So, considering information, new information that comes afterwards. So until we have some resolution of that issue, perhaps we should take a 30-day hiatus and have this issue dealt with as to whether or not that new information that came after the original description, and it's a petition to Long Beach, should have been considered by either the board or by the charter school office.
Mr. Johnson, wait, excuse me, Mr. response.
I just wanted to clarify on the extension that Mr. Science had asked. I was looking at the Magnolia Science Bell extension dates. For New City, their 60 days is up on February 21st. 30-day extension was put into March 23rd.
I thought Magnolia's was up next week. That's what they told us originally.
Mr. Science had asked about New City School for an extension of 30 days. I gave him the wrong information. I'm clarifying that now.
I theoretically do the same thing for New City that we did for Magnolia. Theoretically.
I think they would miss their deadline.
Well, Magnolia would too.
No, Mr. Johnson.
Even within the 60 days, it is in, you say, the 20, February 21st. So we actually, even within the 60 days, without an extension, there's no necessity to have it.
That's correct. Getting good. Mr. Johnson.
I guess I am troubled by the lack of clarity on a few matters. I am in favor of Dr. Riesler's suggestion, all with modification, given the information that Assistant Superintendent Benitez has provided, and that Mr. Science has weighed in on, that there is, in fact, no need to act today on this matter. I've made my points in terms of where I believe this school is. I think, again, that there has been new information on both the school side and LBUSD side that has been presented. I would second Dr. Riesler's motion.
We have a motion.
If he were to make a motion, I would second his motion. If he were to make a motion, that sounds like you will.
Dr. Feldman.
I just wanted to get clarity from New City on some of the contentions that were made that, I'm really concerned about continuity and accessibility. And I made phone calls, right, on these schools. And I'm really concerned. I don't think LBUSD even really thought about this in terms of the accessibility to, we're talking about specific programs and specific students who are involved in the immersion program. And I'm really concerned about whether, because some of these programs, those programs are not offered to all enrolled students. And they, as was mentioned, it depends on if space is available, if they are resident, and if they are accepted. And then there's admittance that there's really only one school that maybe is nearby. All the rest are too far away. So, could you respond to this issue of what's going to happen to these students if we turn down the charter?
That is a big concern, obviously, of our parents. That's why they're here in numbers, to fight for the school. From what many of the
when I took the initiative to make that suggestion, bring up that idea before Mr. Johnson was passing the ball to you to pick up on it and make that motion, if you will, and probably to support it. It seems to be important. But the other point I wanted to bring up, I wanted to ask Mr. Price or the Charter School staff if you could talk about, just briefly, about the question of Mr. Price, the solvency or insolvency of the schools. That could be a major factor.
Thank you very much. As we reported last week, the solvency issue is very difficult here with this charter, particular charter. They have long-term debt, $5.8 billion. They're trying to consolidate their loans into a $5.8 billion loan. And the money that they've set aside in their annual budget will not be able to pay that debt off over the years with the construction, with the loan they're looking to get right now. Currently, the loan that they say that they will have for the $5.8 million will be due in 5 years. And they will have to pay $1.5 million a year. That's one.
We have a motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation to deny renewal of the charter for the city school rates TK through 8.
I would like to make a motion following Dr. Reicher's proposal that we give the new city a 30-day extension in order that we can look at the new information that has come before us, that has been introduced, and also to further deepen what will happen to these children should we turn down this first.
And the motion for 3 days, Mr. Simon?
I just want to again clarify that we can't unilaterally grant them 30 days as to be defined agreement. But the timeline is that this gave us the magic condition, it sounded like 1 week, still within 30 days. So friendly amendment, Dr. Calderon, we continue the matter for 30 days, for a week. And in that week, ask the staff to discuss a 30-day extension with the petitioner and either bring back the matter or bring back the request for a 30-day extension.
I would second that motion by Dr. Calderon with the friendly amendment by Mr. Sines.
I accept the friendly amendment.
Ms. Benitez?
President Browning, Dr. Calderon had said, and review all the new information. When he has specifics, there's been a lot of information, and we don't want to be caught again and come with a report and being said, well, this is not what we meant. So I need to have very specifics of what new information Dr. Calderon meant for us to look at. And we shall do that, sir.
Mr. Simon?
Well, given the timing, and since the continuance for a week, I would suggest that you come back next week, assuming the petitioner has agreed to a 30-day extension, with not only approval of a 30-day extension, but what you would suggest would be the scope of review, and we discuss it next week as an action item, would be my suggestion. Obviously, if the petitioner doesn't agree to the 30-day extension, then it comes back next week, is exactly what I'm forced to make.
I agree to that.
All right, so we have a motion to extend for 1 week pending a 30-day
Madam
agreement.
President,
Yeah,
to clarify our last year, that motion, the motion, then, we had a motion and a second on the floor. We called it, called her on it, on a substitute motion. That's what we're voting on now, right?
so is it a substitute motion, or if this motion fails, do we go back to the original motion?
You intended to be a substitute motion?
Yes.
Dr. Calderon? And then we're voting on Dr. Calderon's, who's that second? Second, thank you so much.
By Mr. Sines.
So we do not have the other motion on the floor. I mean, we do not.
First, it passes.
Right, but if this motion doesn't pass, then we can come back. All right, we'll take a roll call vote. Didn't we just have discussion?
No, this is a point of order, actually. In the previous case, we publicly asked the petitioner if they accept the 30-day extension and to be consistent. I thought we should do it here rather than voting on that,
I just thought that the difference is that we have enough to read here, so I just don't, there's no reason for us to put the petition on the spot. They actually have the number of days to consider what they're about to do. If they say no, for us today, and
Votes no. The board has voted 4-3 to grant a 1-week extension to do something. To see if there's an agreement between the two parties on whether or not they have a 30-day extension. Is that correct?
Right.
Okay. So I think that is the current resolution of that matter. And we will now move on to informational items.